Hi, welcome. I'm Erik Linask with TMC, and we're here at the CTIA show in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm here now with Vice President at Pulse. His name is Michael Banschbach. Michael, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Eric.
As we wind down the CTIA show, I've had a chance to talk to a lot of people, seen a lot of interesting things going on, and one of the things that there's a lot of interest in is just getting wireless signal out to rural areas, and obviously it's something that's been in focus for a little while. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are seeing at Pulse in that respect.
Exactly, Eric. That's what we've been seeing, and over the last 2 years, we decided to find a solution to this problem. We were finding that a lot of our customers were coming to us and saying, we're in a rural area, we're a mining company, we're an underground parking lot, we're a city, a town, or it could even be a community of people in mountains or something of this nature, and they couldn't find good access for their cellular signals. So we started searching around, and we found that there wasn't really a good product to address that market. We were finding with smaller devices that just didn't work correctly, only supplied access for a few people, and basically just didn't work well. So we went searching, and we found a company out of Canada who actually specialize in this, and we decided to actually build a business model around this, and we call it Expand-A-Cell. And we have a product called the RPT 9000.
And so you talked about existing products out there providing service for a few people. What does your product do?
Well, what our product will do is basically it allows the ability to pull a signal from up to 90 kilometers away, which is 60 miles, which is quite a distance.
Yeah.
And in most cases, this is what we found in rural towns and in situations like this, is that they were usually 60 miles or less. So what our device does is basically put up two antennas with our device. And one antenna will actually point toward a working cell tower, let's say in another city, up to 60 miles away, and pull that signal in. Even if you're looking at your cell phone and you've got 0 bars on it and there's nothing there, we can typically pull down a signal down to minus 110 dB, which is very, very low signal. And in effect, what we can do then is with the other antenna, after we repeat the signal, we send it down into that area. And they essentially have the same service, same signal, as though a tower had just been installed in their area.
Now, the benefit, obviously, for the carriers is they don't have to put up a tower.
That's exactly right. The expense of a tower typically can run $250,000 or more, some much higher than that. With our solution, it's basically about 80% less than that type of a cost, and that's very attractive to cellular carriers and organizations who are looking for a solution.
And of course, people don't have to have the towers in their backyards.
That's exactly right.
So with one of your repeaters, how many people can be serviced?
With one of our repeaters, we can actually service several hundred users. And what we mean by services is that not only do they get voice, but they get all their full features of data as well. So if they need their internet browsing on their cell phones, if they need video, data of any type, anything that they're used to on their normal cell phone, that's going to be repeated as well.
So as 4G grows and develops and expands, we're theoretically here talking about a potential alternative to wireline broadband for some of those rural and unserved areas.
Absolutely. Our product will adapt to all the services. It works with 2G, 3G, it'll work with 4G as well. We're going to address all of those as each upcoming technology comes about. We're building new products to address it. But currently today we address all of the markets, which include the 850, the 900, 1800, 1900 megahertz, and IDEN, 850, or 800 band, I should say.
And the other thing that you mentioned, the other thing you mentioned was your carrier agnostic. So I guess you can repeat signal from multiple carriers at once.
That's correct. Unlike other products who are tied to a particular carrier, we are completely transparent in that functionality because we depend on the frequency. So let's say in a rural town, somebody needs the service. Typically, they're going to have 850 megahertz. It's a standard in rural areas. So there may be 2 or 3 carriers in these outlying cities. And this client or customer may want to have 2 or more. So with our product, it's transparent. We will take all 3 of those carriers and they will all come through. As long as those cell towers are within the range of our antenna, it will come through, be transposed onto the other side, and fill all of those cell phones at that frequency, and also with all those carriers.
So with that ability, who is your target customer? Are you looking at the enterprise, or are you looking at the carriers?
Our main focus is the carriers and service providers, but what we found over the, especially over the last year, is that we have a lot of calls from construction companies who are building out in rural areas, and they're basically there for a short period of time, and then they have to leave. Well, their cell phones are vital to their business.
Sure.
Their typical solution, once again, was to buy these little inexpensive units, which basically provided shoddy service and didn't work all the way up the floors of the buildings and things of this nature. But with our product, it works. Mining companies, oil platforms, even people in exclusive communities who have maybe 100 homes with very large areas up in mountains or down in valleys can utilize our products. So it's across the board.
Very neat. I've been talking here at CTIA 2010 in Las Vegas with Pulse's Michael Banschbach. Michael, thank you very much for joining us.
All right. Thank you, Erik.